All right, here we go. We should be live. Good morning, everyone, at least for 15 more minutes. It's morning. It is Thursday, January 9th, 11:45 a.m. is the time, and according to my phone here, it is it is minus 7 degrees Celsius, and it feels a hell of a lot colder than that. I don't know why I almost gave you guys the time again. I'm using another different audio setup. Let me just check to make sure that it sounds okay. Good morning, everyone, at least for 15 more minutes. It's morning. It is Thursday, January 9th. If that sounds a bit quiet, let me try this. All right, I just bumped the gain up. Let me know if that sounds better. But I see Sheena Roberts here, Daniel, Nightbot, Jellybean, Marge, Who's Jaw, Paul Blunt, Arthur Bourne, I see Melanie, Tilt Life, DePace, Kevin Johnson, Vivian Johnson, Kaplan, Simons Gordon, Cactus Steve, Jeanette Morales, Paul Murphy, and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining in. I see we've got a trio of mods. Does this sound too loud, or is it okay right now? There I am. We are ready to go. Brought to you today in 4K 60 frames per second. That's how I'll be streaming for the near future. Tilt Life says it's so cold. It is. I wanted to start this stream off at Museum Station as per a promise I made to one of our moderators, but the TTC was taking friggin' all day to get from Eglinton to Bloor Young. So instead, we're going to start here at Bloor Young. I set the stream for 11:30, and it took like way too long just to make a very short trip. So we're going to walk over to Museum Station, and that's all I know we're going to do. But we're going to take maybe Charles Street over for a little bit of the way. Some people saying sounds good. Thank you. And on my right hand, I've got the heated glove out. That's right. We're going to be using the heated gloves on this one. There's my DJI Mic Mini that we're going to be rocking. So hopefully everything looks good. Hopefully it sounds good. We are using 3 different connections on this one. Whoa, I've got a really small tripod on this gimbal. Ooh, this heated glove is nice. I don't have it on my left hand, but I have it on my right hand at least. DePace says nice heated gloves. Candace says you're going to the embassy tomorrow. What embassy? There's a million embassies here. Lily says heated gloves sound lovely. I've only got it on my right hand. It's my right hand that tends to really get cold because that's my gimbal hand. I just want to make sure I've got my wallet and keys on me. Tilt Light says we need heated plants too. So this is my first ever morning live stream in 2025. Usually, every once in a while, I like to skip posting a video and I do a live stream in lieu of that. I do it a few times a month. This is our first time doing it this year. I don't know how long this stream will go for. Oh my, we are walking directly into the sun. Let's cross the street here. This is Bloor and Young. On the north side of Bloor is not downtown. On the south side is. Greetings, Christina. My iPhone battery, it says, is 100%. What's neat is I can see which of my 3 providers is giving me the best signal. Yeah, let's head down to Charles Street. Charles Street, it's always nice to take a stroll on. We're gonna make our way over to Museum Station and possibly cut through the station if the signal allows for it. I drew up some plans to go to Scarborough tomorrow and possibly live stream after it, but it looks like we might be getting some snow at night. So I might postpone that in lieu of trying to get a snow video and do a possible live stream in the snow. How was my sandwich last night? My $20 roast beef sandwich was delicious, but holy shit. I would have just, the half was $15.99, the full sandwich was $19.99, so I was like, you know, for an extra $4, why wouldn't I get the full sandwich? But it was way too much. I think the thing had like 100 grams of protein in it. Detroit Dale, $9.99. That didn't show up on, let me refresh my stream. Thank you so much, Detroit Dale. Fortunately, I've got gloves on. I've got no way to really flip the phone around in this cold. I should probably get one of those wands, but let me reset my YouTube chat here. Get one of those. Let me go back in. That didn't show. Oh, Detroit Dale, stay warm, $9.99. There we go. Sorry. Thank you so much, Detroit Dale. What happened was my chat had froze. This is how I glance at the chat. I can see it on the screen as well. But thank you so much, Detroit Dale. I've been fiddling with all my stuff in the cold here. I don't think it's going to be possible to stay warm. This is Charles Street. There's the 7 West Cafe. That has been there forever. And I think it's 24 hours. At least it used to be 24 hours. They make some pretty good food there too. It can be like a bar, restaurant, good date spot. Soleada's here. Good afternoon, Soleada. And hello to all 320 viewers so far. Thank you very much for tuning in. Friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified when I go live next. There's one of the best affordable restaurants in the city, the Economy House. Get some delicious, authentic Japanese okonomiyaki right next to the Blue Claw Lobster Shack. Looks like they're serving up a lobster burger over there. This is going west on Charles Street. Looking up at a new Yorkville skyscraper. Mega Tokyo is in here. Good morning before you go to work. Belkis says, God bless you. Happy New Year from Havana. I bet you've got some nice weather in Cuba. A lot of Canadians go that way this time of year. Ben said there's an amazing sushi spot right around here. APE for a whiskey. Big ups from Germany with the €2. Thank you, APE. I don't have a better method to spin the camera around than this. Thank you very much. As we approach Bay Street. Could head south here down towards Nathan Phillips Square and the financial district. So I guess we're on the west side of downtown today. Phoenix Rising says hello. So possible snowfall tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'll get out and stream it. Or just make a video or two. We'll have to see. Brian Lee says, can I also stream in 4K with the Pocket 3? Yes and no. It doesn't have native 4K streaming, but you can plug it into a device in webcam mode in 4K. I don't know if it can do 60. I think it can only do 30, unfortunately. But if I were to do that with my current setup, I would need an iPad with a data connection. And then I would be able to do that. Or I might even be able to do it with just a Wi-Fi iPad, but whoa, right through the stop sign. Good job, Honda. But yeah, should we go up to Bloor or should we stay on Charles? Charles is kind of nice. But Apple doesn't support webcams on their phones. They do on their iPad. It's kind of silly. Maple Dubs, $4.99. Greetings from Florida. As a Canadian veteran that couldn't afford a home in my country, I'm hoping things change under a new government. Cheers. Maple Dubs, $4.99. Yeah, the cost of housing here is insane. Hopefully something gets done about it. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Hope you're keeping warm down in Florida. I've seen that real estate prices in Florida have been pretty bonkers too lately, at least relative to what they were. There's a lot of demand, a lot of people. It's not just Canadians wanting to move there these days. Miami has a ton of cranes in its skyline and a lot of development going up. This is all part of the University of Toronto we're walking through here. Thank you, Maple Dubs. Burwash Hall residence. So we're making our way towards Museum Station. We're gonna attempt to walk through it on a stream. We'll see if the connection will hold up in there. Hopefully it will. Dirt Wiener says, hi everyone, good morning or good noon. Someone asked me earlier what my plan was for Scarborough. I had a video and a live stream planned out. That's all I'll say on that. There's been times where I've mentioned what I'm doing in a video, in a live stream, and then on someone else's channel, the same video I said I was going to do pops up. I might have to be a little more careful in terms of the things I say I'm doing, but there should be an entrance to Museum Station just up here. There's the museum itself. Oh no! We can't enter it here. Sheena, they have closed off the entrances on this side. I had promised I would walk through here, but we have to go down to Queen's Park. Well, that's a bummer. I wanted to be able to walk right through the station. Yeah, Cam, the sandwich was good. It was huge. For what it was expensive. I should have just got the half size. I already talked about streaming with the Pocket 3 in 4K. I think I answered that question. The answer is I don't know. Yeah, I've been bombarded with DMs and emails about how to live stream, how to do this. I might just do a video on it. So I really can't be technical support for 300 people. I like helping people out, but it's kind of nuts. My email filled up with a whole bunch of requests. What software are you using? How do you do this? And I started telling some people, and then I just got question after question after question. It's nothing you can't find yourself on Google and Discord and that sort of thing. Well, I guess we can cross here. Jellybean says, charge people for questions. Well, the thing is, I barely know what I'm doing. You could always just put it in the description. Yeah, but should someone have to describe how they're doing something technically in the description of their video? That's kind of ridiculous. And it would be like an entire manual. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, let me figure it out. And I'll put something together, maybe a video on the Stumbles channel. So we are in Queen's Park. And there's the entrance to Museum Station. Looks like there's some school groups out here. All right. Let's see if the connection holds up in the station. I promised Sheena we would walk through here. Unfortunately, we can't go end to end because they've closed the other side. Right, we have a decent signal in Museum Station. This is one of the most, if not the most unique station in the system. Normally it would be nice and close to the ROM, but with the current construction closing off the north end, it is not. Silver CS, welcome to Gold Tier. Silver CS, thank you so much for joining the ranks of Gold Tier membership. As the southbound train rolls in, welcome, Sheena. Sheena called in on the Johnny Stumbles channel. I was doing a viewer call-in segment and asked her for a request that I would do for Christmas. And she requested we pop into Museum Station on a stream. And my plan was to start this stream from Museum Station. But the TTC has these ridiculous slow zones implemented, and it was already slow service. And we cannot head out of the north end. So we're going to head back towards Queen's Park. Jeanette loves the station columns. Don't we all? Jeanette, thank you for tuning in. A. Peter says, where are we going? I don't know. But this station serves the U of T crowd, as well as a lot of people going to the museum. But if you're going to the museum, St. George is probably where a lot of people get off at instead on line 2. Cam loves a good payphone. Yeah, this is easily the coolest, at least downtown station. There used to be like a little holding area. That was like a prison at the end. Train ride on stream. I don't know if I'm gonna push that. We can test out the stream strength on a train ride someday. All right, let's head outside. We have emerged into Queen's Park. Is there a school nearby, or is that a field trip? Just gotta slide a glove onto my hand again. Bicycle detour. Straight. You're just supposed to go off-roading here. It's a bit odd, isn't it? Silver CS hasn't been to the ROM in decades. I've been like once outside of the doors open events where really you only get to see a really small wing. Shelby says hi to all Johnny crew. Leaf walking ASMR. Guess we'll go around Queen's Park. That's UFT just over there. We're actually on UFT property that's been leased back to the province, given that the university is in effect a creature of the province. It's really all just provincial land anyways. What's the name of the park? This is Queen's Park. And that's the backside of the Provincial Legislative Assembly. Carlito's Way says, why can't the sun come out? It's out. Julie has a membership. You only go a couple times a year if there's a special exhibit you want to see. It's probably like a Canada's Wonderland season pass, right? If you only go a couple of times a year, it still pays for itself. And you get to support a really cool place in the process. So this is Wellesley Street. That'll lead us into U of T over there. You know what? I haven't been this way. It looks like they've finally opened up this area after re-landscaping it. Wilson, I do not. Why is this car backing up? So this is all new right here. As we wander onto University of Toronto St. George campus property. Soldiers Tower right over there. Neat, I guess. That's the Hart House. Kelly says the special exhibits are really well done and you think they're worth it. Last summer, this field was the site of a big protest. Right after the university finished a big construction project, they they installed a parking lot underneath it. Convocation Hall straight ahead. Someone said chilly, but the sun is shining. That is true. There's people playing frisbee. I get to walk through this area. Since it was opened up. There's the iconic King's College. We're hitting I just got my first low bitrate warning with this setup. But it looks like we're recovering. We wandered into a Little signal black hole there. Signal strength is shooting back up. It's the CN Tower straight ahead. There's Yorkville. We just walked over from there pretty much. Wendy says this was all green in September. We're seeing more and more places switch to artificial surfaces in areas like this. Less water, less maintenance, better for the environment. Liz P is here. Greetings. Welcome to the frozen tundra of the University of Toronto. Can I catch the frisbee? Asks Coleslaw. Maybe, but I'd be kind of a dick if I tried. Wendy Lau says you're getting 1080. You should be able to get 4K 60 if you click the settings cog. Last night I went and I looked at my first ever live stream on the big screen. That was done in 720 on Freedom Mobile on my Galaxy S8 Plus. It had a thoroughly unwatchable frame rate, and 720p itself is kind of unwatchable, at least after YouTube's compression has got a hold of it. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm you can access the higher resolution 1440 and 2160p streams for this one, since someone said they're only getting 1080. A Peter says 720 or 1920. Let me check on my phone here. That doesn't make any sense. We should be able to get the full 4K. Pulling out the big guns here. I got the Galaxy S24 Ultra out. Live. There we go. 2160p, 60. It's available. You can get. Maybe your equipment just isn't capable of it. You guys are giving me a heart attack, making me think that This wasn't what I thought it was, but bombs away. Oh, we're 42 minutes into the stream and the iPhone is still rocking 64% battery. That's a good sign.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, we've been in, like, I think wide the whole time. There we go. I'll just put on the one-time lens. Thank you, Silver CS. All right, this is College Street just up ahead. Any more than 720 stalls on your cheap laptop? Good old HP crap. Well, if you're watching on a laptop, the screen's not so huge anyways, but hey, the Smith Social House. I went to a Halloween party there, I think. I think that's it, up on the second floor. All right, maybe we'll go down McCall Street. What do you guys say? I didn't really have a plan in mind. I just wanted to start at Museum Station, which was foiled by the TTC, and there's a lot of students along College here. You know what, instead of McCall, let's do College a little bit. It's fairly lively. We can wander back through that way. We'll stick to where there's people, I guess. Guys flying in the bike lane. You have low resolution eyeballs.
Literally makes no value to our operations.
Cam says, what's for lunch? I don't know. Someone says Montreal is nicer than Toronto. You're entitled to your opinion. Montreal is nice. I know where I'd rather live. Especially come winter time. Wayne says, don't game heavily. Graphics cards are godly expensive. Well, definitely if you want to get into 4K gaming. I have a 3060 12 gigabyte card that is holding up nicely for 1440p stuff. Apparently the new, I think 5080s and 5070s will be somewhat affordable. There's also the Radeon 9070. We're waiting to see how they perform, but one of those might be in my future. Because I use DaVinci Resolve, I want something with as much VRAM, nothing lower than 16 gigabytes, since I've already got a 12 gigabyte card now. Jolly Bean says we can't afford lunch after last night. What happened last night that was so expensive? My $20 giant sandwich. Look down Beverly Street. Doug says you're in Calgary. Don't rub it in. I need to visit Calgary, just maybe not during the thick of winter. That's one thing I've been criticized for. Why do you visit all these international places but not so much Canada or even the US? If I go to the airport and get in a plane, I always like to go somewhere far and exciting, but might change that up a bit this year. I know Ken has done a lot of other Canadian cities. I've done Ottawa, Montreal, some Toronto suburbs, Niagara. Did the airport in Vancouver. Did that person just step into the bike lane and almost get smoked? It says mostly you do audio, no need for graphics cards. Remember back in the day when you'd build a computer and you had to think about the audio? I remember buying those creative Sound Blaster cards. I think for most people, the built-in audio is more than good enough, but you might still need a professional external solution. There's the not-so-old library designed to look like an old library. Jeanette, if you're watching, we have a library sighting. Toronto Public Library, the Lillian H. Smith branch. Jeff Chef is here. Jeff Chef. Bridget says Halifax is fun, but it's all uphill. Jeanette would love to see our Eastern Canadian cities. Well, in about 3 weeks from now, I'll be somewhere with a beach. Am I looking forward to it? Yes. Taco Bell. We're in Chinatown, but I'm about 45 minutes too soon. I can't stop the stream and have lunch. Jennifer said, sounds fun on a beach. I've done some beach live streams before. Jeanette misses eating at Taco Bell where your food comes out of the gun. Hey, look, directly into the sun. Is that a good price for a flight? I don't know. Use Google Flights and track the historic flight prices. We're going south down Spadina here into Chinatown. The tiny cloud. Elder checking in from the Netherlands. Greetings. Korean Grill House Bar Edition. I swore off this place when they stirred my kimchi, or they stirred my bokkeumbap for me and charged me for kimchi. I was like, you're a fake Korean restaurant. Who would do that? That was a long time ago. I don't know if they still do that, but I hold my grudge to this day, over a decade later. Mike Landry, $3. Hi, Johnny and everyone in the chat. Mike Landry, hello to you, fine sir. Thank you so much for the $3. Greetings, Mike. Johnny, come to Trinidad. I will put on some pounds. Ooh, I'm not so sure about that. I'd like to go there, but I don't know about the putting on pounds part. Jeanette, $10 for a cool, frothy beach cocktail with a paper umbrella during your trip. Jeanette, thank you for the $10 and the cocktail. It's possible the drinks are included where I'm going. It's possible. But you can always upcharge them if it's something a bit fancier than that. Camp says Johnny's Restaurant, Grudges, Jollibee, and Korean Grill House. You got it. There's a documentary, I think, on Amazon about this place. Play to record. Oh, there it is. Documentary about this store. Now streaming on Amazon Prime, Canada only, Apple TV, Google Play, Microsoft, and YouTube Movies. I think it's free on Amazon. But this used to be located over on Yonge Street. It's a big part of the music scene here in the city. It was known as one of the few places where you could get hip-hop and other emerging music, I think in the 80s and early 90s. Tasty's Restaurant. comic book store guy. Well, he says Play to Record is an iconic store up there with Sam the Record Man. Sizzler Kebab, halal, Pakistani and Indian cuisine. Speaking of iconic music spots, there's Grossman's Tavern. And we are now well into January and still no streetcars on Spadina. What are you doing, TTC? We were promised they'd be back in December. Bank Bao, Banh Mi Coffee. Yinji Chang Fen since 1958. Jamming out to MGMT at that place. Tasties, chicken and donuts. Oh, it looks like it did not last. This is an excellent barbecue place, Dalgande. As we go south down Spadina through Chinatown, Kensington Market just over on the right. There's the CN Tower peeking up. Meat Fresh, August 8th, dim sum and sushi. How's the cold? It's not so bad actually. I've turned my heated glove down. I probably didn't even need it today. It's -8, but it's always never feeling as cold as it does in the evenings and at night when the sun starts to go down. KC Jeweler. Swatow, that place has been there forever. You're asking, is 4K 60 frames per second permanent for future streams? In Toronto, in the cold weather, yes. When I travel, I might have to bump it down to 1080 or 1440. I won't always have 3 providers. And when it heats up, we'll have to see how the phone manages. If it's overheating or not. We kind of have natural cooling right now. There are ways around that. You can get MagSafe fans and that sort of thing and slap them on the phone. And that's a bridge I'll cross when the weather starts to warm up. Where should we go? Keep going south on Spadina? Maybe we'll do that. I think I walked up Spadina between Queen and Dundas in a stream last week. Getting a little bit of deja vu, but that would have been in the evening. It's very different in these conditions, and we won't overlap too much. Do I want a coffee at Richmond and Spadina? Asked Jellybean.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in Toronto?
Let's say Square Boy. Square Boy.
Oh, perfect. And do you have a favorite celebrity?
Can I say me?
Perfect, that works.
There's 600 people watching
Oh
you
my
right
goodness! Hi! Are you a Twitch streamer?
now. YouTube.
Oh, nice.
I'm
What's your
too
name?
too boomer for Twitch.
That's okay.
Johnny Strides.
Perfect. Nice. Johnny
No,
Sins.
favorite celebrity. Favorite Toronto celebrity?
Just anyone.
That's a hard one. Keanu Reeves.
Perfect. And what's the last song you listened to?
The last song I listened to, I think MGMT, Kids.
MGMT?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right. I literally said, I think that's what that song was called that we walked past like a few minutes ago. I may have fibbed and told her there's 600 people watching when there's only 5 something. The sun was bouncing off my screen. I couldn't really see it with the glare. That's how all surveys should be. Short and sweet and kind of fun. Oh, here's someone else with a clipboard up ahead. I think we're all surveyed out for the day.
I have a question. What's your favorite restaurant in Toronto?
I just told somebody the same 3. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's
You can
okay.
write Square Boy.
Square Boy. And your fave celeb,
Let's say Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. And the last song that you listened to?
Kids, MGMT.
Kids MGM. Okay, thank you. Have a
Cheers,
nice day.
you too. What's this for?
It's like public outreach, trying to it's like basically train employees.
Oh,
It's like trading.
oh, cool.
Okay,
Take
have
care.
a nice day.
Oh, I think they're gonna be those survey people that stop people on the street and try to get them to sign up for charities and stuff. So they're learning how to like intercept people while they walk. I think that's it.
Hello, sir. Do you have a minute?
It's okay, thank you. I think that's what they're doing. They're kind of, because you can't go anywhere in Toronto these days without someone trying to get you to give them your credit card so they can hook you up to like a monthly payment on a charity. So I think that's them kind of popping their cherry, so to speak. Jellybean ordered it, and there's a heart cookie Jelly bean. Thank you. We're gonna go check out the Starbucks. Get ourselves a warm drink. Thank you very much. Jelly bean. And we are an hour and 7 minutes into the stream. This time last night, the iPhone battery was right down. We're at 44%. So it is not as cold as it was last night. That is neat. Electric wheelchair with a big e-bike battery in the front. Thank you, Jelly Bean. We're gonna go get our coffee or warm drink. Teaching them how to cold approach, says Pine Soul. Yeah. Hopefully they're getting paid for that. It would be pretty despicable if whoever was employing them, charity or not, was not paying them for their time for training. There's some lowlife scumbag companies that will do that. They won't pay employees for training. They'll make employees like buy uniforms off of them. Apparently that's common in the restaurant business. Someone wants your time, they should be paying for it, period. What street are we on? We're on Spadina. But we're going to be going to Richmond, where there's a Starbucks. Apparently there's a drink with Jelly Bean's name on it and a cookie. Pedestrian detour. Ontario line construction taking place. Just May says Price Chopper did that back in the day, made you pay for the outfit you wore. Yeah, that is just scumbag stuff. If you need people to wear a specific outfit for the job, you should be providing it to them. How we don't have laws that require all this stuff is beyond me. I think there's something kind of shitty about internships even. Yeah, Pine Soul. That's why I made that comment. I kind of doubted that they were getting paid to stand out in the cold and approach strangers. And it's obvious those questions aren't like contributing to any type of meaningful survey. What's the last song you listened to? Who's your favorite celebrity? And when I was like, could it be me? She didn't even care. Like, that was obviously not anything meaningful they were doing in terms of the data collection. Still friendly people. All right, we can cross. There's that tower. I'll have to do a graffiti alley video pretty soon. Someone says Starbucks employees have to pay for their uniforms, don't they? I don't know. That's pretty shitty if they do. Cookie and a drink for Julie. All right. Thank you, Julie, for this heart-shaped and a latte. They're playing music in here, so we're gonna get out of here in a second, but Julie says, I got you a latte or jelly bean. You sure did. Thank you for the latte jelly bean. And a heart-shaped cookie. I'm going to put that one in my pocket. But thank you very much. This is a good opportunity to pull out the tissue. That's a thimble straight ahead, as we are in the fashion district. Jellybean says no hot chocolate, we need caffeine. A warm drink means no glove. I can hold on to it like this. Sorry about that. I'll flick of the camera for a second. Cam says I need some chapstick. Yeah, that's a developing situation on this walk. I have lip balm in my old coat pockets. I never transferred it over to the new coat, but I should. Zach McNally here. Holy cow, Bell, of my 3 internet providers, Bell is only doing 13% of the signal right now. So we're in a weak spot for Bell. It's neat that I can monitor this stuff. They don't give cup bands at that location, but I'm glad they don't, because it's keeping my hand extra warm. This is walking around with a coffee in a bare hand in -8 is kind of like driving down the street with your windows down. It's Adelaide Street. Hey, we got a super chat. Peter Bradfield. Next 100 people would answer their favorite celebrity as Johnny Strides. Peter Bradfield, thank you so much for the $4.99. Much appreciated. Oh, One Red Cloud says, Johnny, take the ads off. When I take them off, they just get back on. My solution is get YouTube Premium. You'll get a music service, you'll get no ads. We're in the garment district. Of all the services I pay for that I subscribe to, YouTube Premium is easily the best value. And when you watch YouTubers, they get a slice of your premium. Oh, another super chat. As we look into Dollarama. One second, guys. Medano 1973, Johnny. Now you're ready to play Family Feud after answering those survey questions. And the survey says, thank you, Medano 1973, for the super chat. Much appreciated. And thank you, Peter Bradfield, as well. Heinz says you're under free 2 months of YouTube Premium and you won't go back to ads anymore. Yeah, it's life-changing. Whenever I log into YouTube on one of my devices that isn't signed in on my premium account, it's so annoying having to like skip ads. You know, pretty much every YouTuber you watch these days has a million like sponsor segments in their video. You're already getting bombarded with ads. It's nice to be able to just not even see them. But some people don't mind them, I guess. I mean, when you consider the service that YouTube's offering, it's pretty incredible they can do it without charging you anything. They just collect all your data and try to sell you stuff. If you put a value on like Gmail, Google Docs, YouTube, all their services, I would probably pay $100 a month for everything. Julie says, me too. You watch YouTube more than anything else and it's worth the premium. Yeah, what's really neat is on your phone, you can like minimize the video or shrink it down to a window and kind of use YouTube as like a podcast and just listen to it in the background of other stuff. The only two subscription services I don't find to be total ripoffs are Amazon Prime, just because the delivery is so awesome. The fact that you get a music service and the video service is a total bonus, and YouTube Premium. TBN wants to know what camera I'm using. This is the 15 Pro. I was streaming with the Pocket 3, but I switched to the 15 Pro a few streams ago when I started increasing the resolution. Cookie Monstrosities loves Premium. If I could, I would use my S24 Ultra, but the streaming software I use is only on iOS. Not sure if the developer will ever move it over to Android, but that would be a very welcome day for me, just to go iOS free. You quit Spotify, YouTube Music is better. I never had Spotify, I never used it. I was like an old school, have a million MP3s on my phone kind of guy, and then I had podcast apps for podcasts, but now I have YouTube Music. And that's primarily what I listen to. Well, if I hightail it, we can get across here. Let's do it. Wow, they really completely cleared out the encampments in this park. Wow, this is Clarence Square Park. There was a huge encampment here. Silver CS says over 500 viewers. Nice. We had like 800 last night, which was kind of a lot for a Wednesday night, but it was a cold night. A lot of people sitting around not doing a whole lot, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna get out my battery bank. Just to make sure we've got enough signal. Someone says, so you're streaming with a phone right now? Yes, phone on a gimbal. Let's put the phone down here. Electronic heated glove holding up. Latte courtesy of Jelly Bean. But one thing I was really enjoying about using the DJI Pocket to live stream was battery was never a problem. I could always just swap the battery handle. I never had to plug it in or have a cable hanging from my phone. And at least in this freezing cold weather, that zaps your battery pretty soon. We're back to that. So this one here is actually a MagSafe. I could stick this on the back of the phone, but I think the gimbal mount is in the way. So I'm going to put that in my pocket. I'm going to connect. One sec, I got to connect this for a second. Uh-oh, I found a flaw. I found a flaw. I cannot... Well, that sucks. Because of the angle of this connector, I can't plug in the DJI Mic Mini and charge it at the same time because it gets in the way of the gimbal. I'm gonna have to get an L-shaped USB-C connector. Oh well, we will leave the battery bank unplugged for now. There's a silly problem I never thought I would need. I had to buy an L-shaped SATA connector for my desktop PC because my graphics card was hanging so low I couldn't plug in to the motherboard without an L-shaped SATA cable. So those things can be handy, but there's a stupid problem I never thought I would have. Oh well, we've still got 25% battery. That's not good. Yeah, maybe we should just go with the let's just stop the wireless for now, temporarily. I can tell you what I'm talking about. I've got this plugged into the phone. This transmits the audio wirelessly to this little guy, this microphone, which is fairly high quality and it has a wind muff. And I can plug my battery bank into here, and this will pass through the power into my phone. But the problem is the gimbal's in the way, blocking me from doing that. So the only way around that would be to get like a slim L-shaped USB-C cable. I can use the microphone strictly over Bluetooth with the camera, and this software does support it, but it sounds kind of like shit, so we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, I've got us plugged in here. So the audio is now going through the iPhone, and I've got a stupid cable sticking out of my phone. But we're back. We are back and we are plugged in. Going east on Wellington Street. Drinking our latte courtesy of Jelly Bean, thank you. Cookie Monstrosity says high-tech problems. If you've ever seen some of the other live streamers out, like I remember seeing Ginny TTY when she was streaming in Toronto, and she had this Galaxy S24 on like the world's largest selfie stick with 1 million cables sticking out of her. She looked like a cyborg. I try to do things minimally. Jeanette says sounding good. Yeah, the iPhone microphone is pretty decent up until the moment we hit wind, and then it quickly gets horrible. That's why I like using the external mic. This is Wellington Street. We're gonna need a trash bin at some point. Candace says, oh my god, I love Ginny. I stream sniped her once. I think Action Kid has too. Camp says also the heart cookie. I'll probably take a bite out of that when I'm on the subway heading back home. Recycling. Get in there. I'm walking right in front of where you live. $66-story, 224-meter building going up here. Just add 76 meters to it. Make it a super tall, man. Come on. You ever try one of those 360 cameras? Yeah, they're neat. For what I do, I find it more of a gimmick. I guess they're good for VR. But when I watch them on YouTube, I don't know. I don't really like using my finger to pan around. Person holding the camera is the director. Show me what's interesting. This is always one of the quieter streets in this area. Carolyn says festive cups are uplifting. Mofer Coffee, Jay-Z's Pizza Restaurant and Bar. I'm noticing as I walk by this giant electrical transformer on my right, we just had a low signal. Wonder if that was coincidence or that was related to that. Big thanks to you all who have tuned in for this, what was a Thursday morning stream. Now it's very much a Thursday afternoon stream. There's the CBC headquarters on the right, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Pop quiz, hot shot. What's the sketchiest, most dangerous part of Toronto? I think in terms of the crime stats, traditionally, it's been what, 53 division? In terms of sketch, I don't know. I don't really think parts of Scarborough or Jane and Finch are that bad. They seem kind of normal, but visually, probably Sherbourne and Dundas to Sherbourne and Queen. I've done so many videos around Jane and Finch, and it's fine. It's just people going about their lives. I used to pass through there when I went to York University as a student. Knew some people that were renting in that area because it's nearby to York. Hey, it's Roy Thompson Hall in David Peacock Square. I just kind of like this view. The Royal Alex Theatre. Straight ahead, Metro Hall just to my left. So far, we've used up 10 gigabytes of data on the stream. Pretty good. Pretty good, Larry David would say. Garbages at Metro Hall. Good afternoon, John Burke. Lady doesn't know where she's going, apparently. Cam says, have we established what's for lunch yet? No, I've got one chili left in the freezer from my Christmas haul. That's on my mind, but by the time I go home and eat that, too much time will have passed, so I might get something to eat while I'm down here. I've already gone over my 2-hour transfer window in the TTC, so there's no need to rush back and hop on a subway train. I'm gonna have to pay another fare anyways. But I am giving myself the day off. This is my version of an off day. I've got a video queued up for tomorrow. Oh, my gimbal is struggling a little bit. So after this live stream, I'm shutting down my mind from YouTube. Shitty boss. My idea of a day off means waking up early and walking around in the cold for a few hours. Does Johnny ever cook? Did you not see my day in the life of video? I prepared 2 smoothies, a bowl of cereal, and I cooked some scrambled eggs. Highlighting all of my many culinary skills in one video. But we'll probably eat out for lunch today. At 75, I don't know, but we've been streaming 4K for an hour and 40 minutes. I've only used up a little under 10.5 gigs. It really depends on your bit rate. You can do the math. A typical 1080p stream will be about 5,000 to 6,000 kilobytes per second. Maybe a little more for overhead. So say 6 megs a second times 6 megs by 60 minutes. So that should be what, 3.5 gigs for an hour? I should audition for Master Chef. Caroline, $10 for something hot. Thank you so much. Whoops, my gimbal just decided it didn't want to gimbal anymore. Thank you so much for the $10 for something hot, as my gimbal is like, what are you doing, man? Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think it likes the added weight from having the battery bank plugged in. There's a 503 King streetcar turning north. Well, thank you again for the super. What could I have that is hot, relatively healthy, and not $1 million? Cam says it gave up on life. majority of this data is coming through Rogers right now. Yeah, sometimes gimbals do that. There's a proud Canuck, eh? In the Mies van der Rohe designed TD Center across the street. Gary says ramen. You know what? Ramen or pho would be just what the doctor ordered, I think, for lunch. It ticks all those boxes. Marge says Timmy's soup. I question the healthfulness of that, but it's probably not bad for the wallet. There's a Sanso Thai ramen not too far from here. I'm already thinking about that fancy cocktail Jeanette super chatted me for in a few weeks. All right, Sheena Roberts, you're very welcome. Thank you for suggesting we pass through museum. I wanted to do a walk end to end through museum, but I didn't know the north entrances were closed. One sec. Sheena Roberts, 10 pounds. Fantastic walk, and thank you for taking us to a museum. Sheena, 10 pounds with that as well. Thank you so much, moderator extraordinaire Sheena Roberts. Harold Juice is watching on a big screen, super clear, 1080p. Well, you can make it even better. If your screen has a higher resolution, hit the settings cog. 1440 and 2160 should be available. Oh, that guy's just peeing. He's literally just peeing there. Let's keep the camera away from him. He seems like he has a screw loose. He's talking to himself, just pissing out on the sidewalk. Yeah, tell me you're not fucking crazy without telling me. Cam is looking forward to Beach Johnny Rants. Remember I did that beach live stream on Koh Samet with Dehan? There's look north up Bay Street. There's that pickup truck, took things a little close. Velcost says when you gotta go, yeah, but there's a way to be discreet about it. At least find an alley. There's plenty of those. That guy just whipped his thing out for the world to see on the street. There's a 503 Kingston Road streetcar. There's so many restrooms in the path. Yes, especially at this time of day when they're all wide open. Oh, we just hit a low bit rate warning. Now it's starting to climb back up. There's a Subway. Too bad I had a sandwich last night. That would have worked. Mossop's Social House. You know, I don't think Subway would be so bad, even though I had a sandwich last night. Kind of thinking I'm hungry now. Maybe that's what we'll do. Greetings, Boardwalk Brad. King Station Easier Access Project. Well, is it the words of Porky Pig? That's all, folks. I think we've brought this one to a conclusion pretty much. I saw that Subway and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna pick up a 6-inch sandwich, but I'm gonna get it toasted. Don't worry, I will make it a hot lunch. Thank you, Carolyn. As we stand here at Commerce Court, looking up at Commerce Court West on the left, Commerce Court North on the right. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Do hit the bell to be notified when I go live next. It might be tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, probably Saturday afternoon or evening. Thank you, Jelly Bean, for the snack. Thank you for the coffee. I want to thank our mods for their great work. Patreon supporters, channel members, and everyone else who watched the stream. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me unplug the gimbal. And if you're really feeling extra nice, leave a comment down below. Just let me know how you like the stream and the quality, or leave an emoji, whatever. But we used up 11.5 gigabytes on this stream. Currently 30% Bell, 36% Rogers, mystery provider, 34%. Those numbers are fluctuating, so it won't add up. But I want to thank everyone so much for watching. We'll spin the camera around. I hope you all have a great day. There'll be a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST, premiering on the channel. As most days, when I don't have a video, that means I'm going live like I did this morning. All right, stay warm, stay safe, and as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Leave me a comment. Yoink. Is anyone still watching? I just wanted to sneak back in for absolutely no reason. I see we still have a lot of people in the chat though. Like, are all these people really just hanging around to watch the outro? We've still got like 400 people or so. Jeanette says, chill outro. This is not the outro you wanted, me coming back. Jellybean says, any comment? Yes, just leave a comment. Comments are good. Thank you, Kelly says, nice walk, good looking sounding stream. I'm like, the pain in the ass that won't go away, but I'm gonna go away now for real. So let's go back to the outro. Have a good night, guys. Yoink. Again. We're gonna do that again. Bye-bye. Jeanette says, still here, Novell Koss. Yes, anyone watching? Kimberly says here. What are you guys doing? Move on with your life. We're done. Thank you so much. Aiden Thompson.